here to introduce Good To Go cups. We are a reusable to-go coffee cup that is used as part of a cup exchange program at participating coffee shops. So
I'm just going to pin this so then they can see you a little bit better really quick. Hold on 1 second. Sorry. There we go. That's going to be a little bit better.
So, my name is Melissa Seeley. I'm Michelle Gray. And we started Good To Go Cups in 2021. We have spent lots of years working on sustainability issues. We started the Organics Recycling Program in the Edina School District. We both have served on the Energy and Environment Commission for the City of Edina. So we've always been sort of focused on these different sustainability issues and decided that it was time to sort of focus our energies on something of our own that we had a little bit more control over, and decided to focus on a tiny little area of reuse regarding single-use coffee cups. That might not be something that you normally think of, but it is a humongous amount of waste every single year. Billions and billions of single-use coffee cups are used for a very short period of time, and most end up in the trash, even if they're compostable. So we decided to just tackle that one little problem. We created our own reusable cup made out of high heat tolerant compostable polymer. You take that cup. I'm probably skipping ahead. You can go. Sorry, I tend to just like go to the whole thing. So it's a big problem. Billions of single-use cups wasted every year. Like I said, even when coffee shops offer compostable single-use cups, A, they're still single-use, and B, most of the time they don't end up in that proper receptacle. So that's still an additional problem, still ending up in the landfill. And more, we're seeing more and more regulations about compostable cups. Some of these commercial compost facilities are no longer taking those paper products. So again, all of these things sort of lend themselves very naturally to reuse. About our mission. See, I just keep saying all these things. So,
Next one.
Okay, this is right. Okay, so to mention our single-use cup, it is a 16-ounce cup with a screw top. We really, when we were thinking of what kind of cup to bring to the release, we were really intentional about wanting to make it not be part of the landfill, not be part of the waste stream. And so we really wanted to find a closed loop solution for that. We were able to find a material that is, and so this cup at end of life can be sent back to our manufacturer, and they will take that material and make new cups and keep that material in use. So really a closed loop system. And if at any point that it cannot be made into a new cup, it is certified compostable, BPI certified compostable. So any of those materials can then be sent to a commercial composting facility. So the cup exchange, how it works. We try to make it super easy for our coffee shops to participate. We give them the cups, all the marketing materials, and a QR code that's specific to their shop. We give that all free. And then customers buy in by purchasing a membership on our app in their phone. So you guys all have cell phones. If you would like to actually kind of pull out your cell phone, you can actually look for our app on the App Store. So it's under Good To Go Cups. So if you're interested, take a look, download it for free, and you just play around with it. But you can purchase a membership on the app, and we have 4 different levels. So they range on prices and the amount of uses. We just buy into one. We do have a coupon code for Reuse Minnesota members for 20% off. And that's just reuse, and then all caps, no spaces. So that's available to all members all time. So once a customer buys into it, then they basically go to a coffee shop and say, "We're going to go cup." That coffee shop will make their drink and give you a cup. And the only thing the customer has to do is basically click on their app. I'm at a coffee shop, say they're going to buy a drink, and then they take their app or their phone and they have to scan this QR code. That just confirms the transaction, and it shows where their cup is, whether it's with them or coffee shop. And that then allows you to take their cup, exchange it in participating coffee shop, shops. We have eight states now that have a We Do Go coffee shop. We have 18 Minnesota coffee shops and 2 wedge co-ops. So they are now providing this for just their drip coffee in the Lindy Hills one, and then they do have a coffee shop in the building. So that's it, except all benefits. So for coffee shops, it's, the more Good to Go cup numbers they have, the more that they can save money on single-use cups. Also, I don't know if you've been in a coffee shop, but you look around and everybody who's sitting there seems to have a single-use cup. So they're not only paying for this cup, the single-use cup on the front side, but also on the back end. And it does drive loyalty. So, and then for customers, trying to make it convenient for you to avoid the single-use cup. Go to all of our signature coffee shops. Again, you can take it out state. You can also forget your cup. You don't have to bring your cup. So we make it convenient, and also there's discounts involved to a lot of the coffee shops. So, and then just service. So,
I think so.
Yeah, so our website, our app both have a list of participating shops, and if you have suggestions for your local shop that is not currently a participating shop, let us know, and we'd be happy to meet with them.
Yeah.
There's the annual Stewart co-op, and approach them. We've seen other wedge co-ops popping up, and I know it's a wedge co-op, or it can.
So we approach a lot of coffee shops, so if anybody wants to reinforce what we're doing.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of times the shop is looking for the customers to drive it a little bit, so, yeah.
And they do have a full coffee bar, right?
They do,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it was part of this whole Change Matters partnership that was kind of like, hey, also, and so that was a little bit of what drove that conversation. But, I mean, again, their demographic of customers are generally interested in things like this. So, okay, that's a good suggestion.
I'm sure you like
We're open to all of ours.
And Seward has the reusable clamshells for the deli, so they already have precedence for reusables, so.
Like, how many coffee shops in a community makes it worth your while? Yeah, how many coffee shops does it take to what's the tipping point? Oh, now it feels worthwhile to walk around and be able to.
Well, ideally, there's everybody, right? Like, that's how it would work best, have the default reviews, but, we will get set up. We have to start, right? So we've got, we have one shop in South Dakota and one in Kansas who approached us. And so you have to start, you have to get people to see it and start getting used to the idea. But, now with the Lindy Hills Co-op, we have 3 shops in the area. So that's going to be helpful. There's more value. So obviously, the more of a network, the better value to customers.
Do you cover the necessary sanitation process for your clubs, which they can value the shop?
That is the responsibility of the coffee shop. So
Yeah, I guess that was my question as well. If they don't have a dishwasher, they can't use your system for it.
However, they normally wash their own reusables, three sink sanitizer.
But they would have to already be using like mugs, ceramic mugs or something to be able to then.
Or
their trays or their knives,
or their coffee pots, or, I mean, coffee shops are washing something, so they usually have some sort of washing capabilities. Yeah. What happens if a patron doesn't bring a cup
Well, if it ends up happening where a coffee shop is running low, we will help with that. We know that we're going to have some loss, but technically on the app, they're not allowed to actually engage in that exchange if they don't return their cups and actually show that they have cup return. We do allow, depending on the level, amount of forget my cup allowances. Because we all have cups, we kind of forget, but you do have to bring them 2 bags to bring that back in the way. So, but it does help. So, yeah.
How does that work, like, when you say you have like 3 coffee shops in an area? Do I have to? I don't go back to that coffee shop for a couple months, but then I'm the one who I was forgetting, now I'm bringing them all to the next coffee shop. Are they just they all look the same?
No brand.
It really doesn't matter where they go back.
Right.
So does that coffee shop that gets overloaded and have to, hey, here, take some of the coffees and come comes back over there? Yeah, we probably just.
Just pass that.
Surely.
I'm just kind of a little confused as to the benefit, because like, if I forgot my own diploma, and I still have to remember to bring that back, like, where is that benefit?
Well, so, okay, so the memberships never expire, so it's kind of just having that built-in reuse option available to you for the times that you don't have your own cup, you just make an impromptu stop. So it is still that habit of returning a cup or bringing a cup. I mean, I don't know how we can avoid that, but that's part of that behavior change that's really necessary for reuse on the whole, right? So.
But the thing you can't do with your own mug is bring it in, if you left it in the car and you want to use it, so you don't have to use your single use cup, you can't bring it in and they wash it. And they give you a big cup. So the exchange, when I go in and I have my cup, I can put it in there, just wash it in, and they will give me a drink with clean water.
Yeah, I feel like I've done this somewhere like four inches. So, I don't know.
And that's the told me,
Yeah, I'm not trying to do it.
but there are times, though, and then also if you forget, you can,
Yeah.
you know, and then also, we have 2 shops in Sedona. So I can leave a cup, like, if I remember I have a cup, I make sure that I leave it at a coffee shop here. I can travel to Sedona without my cup and just show up and say, hey, I'm gonna be a cup member. So it just also helps me not having to carry things around.
Right.
So it's just like addition to what we already have.
I have a question. How long are the memberships for? How much they cost?
So there's different levels, so starting at $19.99 allows for 50 uses of the cup, and then. Yeah, $12.99 for 25,
10,
$6.99 for 10, and $1.99 for 5. So different price points for those different number of uses, so just trying it out, maybe you just wanna do the 5-use one and see how it works for you, and then opt in for another level after that.
I like it. I like that option. I also think it's cool that you have an app, or I just looked at your website to see if coffee shop I was going to recommend for their time today.
Excellent.
If they were out there. But that's really cool, because then you know you're out of town and you want to support a business that's supporting reuse.
Yeah.
You can just go there, maybe make some friends and solve another problem that the world has while you're drinking coffee. And lastly, hey, you should try that coffee shop down the street. Goodbye Blue Monday for the 3rd time. I kept saying it to a bunch of people, but they got some good reuse decor around there that I really like.
All right, we have one more question, and then we're gonna do our next session presentation.
Is there any financial responsibility for the coffee shop, like buying it and have it in space, not coffee?
Yeah, I mean, I just need them to say yes. And there's a lot of obstacles that throw at us with
And just really quickly, we wanted it to be this membership-based program because we want people to use this program the way it's intended. We didn't want to just sell people another piece of help that maybe they used, maybe they didn't. So that's why we chose to structure it this way. We didn't have any barrier to the coffee shop, give them everything for free, get them set up. And then the customer, hopefully if they're investing in a membership, they're incented to use the program the way it's intended.